Welcome back to the NDC Performance Racing League, here, F1 Division 1. I'm joined by my co-host, Big Jim.
What's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna kick Big Jim from the party.
Oh.
Welcome everybody to the
Wow, look,
Austrian...
Masopes is up. Masopes is up #1. That's the only time you'll ever see that.
Yeah, this guy sucks.
For
We
real.
love the Pope 8824 though.
Sorry, go ahead.
We are at the Austrian Grand Prix. We are balling. We have a visitor in the chat already.
Uh-oh.
He says, hi, Jimmy.
Who dat?
Kenny.
Oh, yeah. Our #1 viewer here on the Hennessy Performance Racing League, Kenny Kenton, has joined to spectate this fantastic race we're going to be having. But first, we have qualifying, and Evids looks like he's going to be the first to go out.
Hey, in-race reporter, you got a copy?
Done for, buddy.
What's the forecast looking like for tonight?
It's looking like it's going to be a nice, clear, sunny day here at the Austrian Motor Speedway.
Yeah, man. This is, as Jim said, Red Bull's home home race.
They call it the Red Bull Ring. Why? What's the point?
Because they own the track.
Well, they're stupid. Maybe they should relocate their team.
Dude.
Relocate it to Austria.
Yeah.
But no, this is the home of McLaren, as I think it was Mr. Hex corrected me last week while he was in the podium booth. So, yeah, this is not the home track of Red Bull. It's the home track of McLaren.
As we see an early retirement here from the Alpine driver. He's not even on the race course. The racetrack. Got Avids out here on his first flying lap of this session. First flying lap of all the cars here in qualifying. Of course, we see a purple Sector 1 set. Now, if I had to guess, this is going to be the fastest lap until someone else runs a faster lap than him. Since he is the first car out on track.
All by yourself?
Yeah, man. That's Evids with the yellow helmet, like half the grid. He's coming around this turn, going to the short chute, and then coming around this turn, making a right-hander here.
Oh, caution, that was just for a slow Williams on the backstretch.
Coming around the final corner, Evids set A, 104.9. I think that'll be a good trend tonight. I think we'll see a lot of low 1.0s here, as Riley sets a 105. So
That'd be nice to have some track, some dry racetrack to put down a lap. I couldn't relate.
Mr. Hex with a 104.7.
Paul Walker Supra is sitting at the outside of turn #2.
I think the strategy here is to actually go out on the intermediates. Save your softs for the race.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Paul Walker is doing.
Letting people by is what he's doing. What is he doing?
No,
wait, what? He's glitched.
Is
he
doing
stuck?
some weird stuff.
He's going to get disqualified for being parked in a bad location. As Tiger NASCAR tops the charts.
Yeah, he is ghosted, so nobody's going to run into him.
104.5. Yeah. So we see a couple more guys. I think we saw Elite Precision, Mike G, and Porchy all set laps there. As Paul Walker Supra is still there.
Now, a little under half of the field has put a lap time down, separated by 2 seconds.
So Paul Walker Supra, his internet actually went out, so he is kind of stuck. I think it's a little glitch.
So what do we think pole time's going to be here, Dylan? It seems like the 104 in
103.
Yeah, 104's in the time trial was definitely attainable. I don't know if 103s were. I didn't see anybody get 103, but we're getting close to it.
104 flat. I think Jackson's probably gonna say like a 103.3 or something somehow. As both Red
Jackson
Bulls are
did
still in the
make the
pit lane.
race.
One
We
Red
heard
Bull is
last
actually
week he
coming back
might
out
not
now.
make the
Never
race,
mind.
so
Who you talking about?
he's definitely gonna be out here.
Now, Portuguese lap would have been good for pole had Clay not gone out there. Just a wee bit late.
Not bad lap
Gross.
for Porchi.
Drew.
Alfa Romeo still searching for a good run. I say this every week, but
Me hopes.
they're still searching for some momentum to get them up the constructor points.
Spinning win actually making his debut in D1. He was quick last night. He actually won last night's race.
Speaking of constructor points, I'm going to look at the F1 standings here. And to no surprise, Red Bull leading the constructor points with 137 points, Aston Martin 88, Mercedes 68, AlphaTauri 61, McLaren 52, Williams 43, Alfa Romeo 25, Haas 18, Ferrari 15, and Alpine with a measly 3 points. But that also brings me to a new entry into the league, Super Ninjas. Dylan?
Yeah, I've never seen Super Ninjas race. I will be honest, but we're gonna see how he does tonight.
Bad internet issues. I remember that. He's a fast driver, but does seem to struggle with connection.
As we see here, Paul Walker's Supra is still stuck in the middle of turn 2.
Yeah, that's... I feel like that might be visually off-putting for these drivers going out to put a hot lap too. I mean, you see a car stop there. You know he's ghosted, but you just, I mean, it's hard to just run through a ghosted car. Plays tricks on your mind.
I should probably go to a car on the racetrack here. It's Heredia. I believe this is his first flying lap.
Well, Mike G, man. Doing another call-up. He was in D2 last night. Won the pole. Albeit because of a little bit of... Well, we don't know. It could have been because he was fast. Could have been because he was the first car to get out there before the rain. But Mike G has been putting together some really solid qualifying efforts. And 104.9, he's probably going to get faster, I would imagine. Mike G is continuing to impress for the Williams squad.
Indeed. He's looking pretty good. These first 6 races. I don't know how many he's actually raced in, but however long he has been rostered for, he's been looking good.
Yeah, I feel like if it stayed dry last night, he had a chance at winning. I really do. Like, I mean that unironically. I think he had a good shot at winning. It's just the rain came in, and he got back there off of strategy, had to put on the inners, went back there with Birch, and they had a little squabble back there and gave him a little bit of damage, kind of ruined his race. But Mike G, he's going to look for some redemption tonight. And if he can get a good finish in D1, that's going to be a huge momentum boost.
I think the driver of the Ferrari, Kenny Lafleur, just got jinxed by the other Kenny, saying, "Yeah, Kenny, woo," as he spins across the track.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. Our in-race reporter is having radio difficulty.
I don't know whether he's having radio difficulty or he just got back from vacation also. I'll give him a rest for this week.
Paul Walker Super's still there. And that's that turn 2.
I don't think he's gonna move, because the thing about this is that even though he lagged out, you could take control of your own car, but your car actually has to be in the pit lane for that to happen. So he can't take control of his AI.
Yeah.
I don't know what a 103.8. What a flyer!
You called that?
Yep, 103. There's another 103, 103.9 from Heredia.
Yeah, I was gonna say Heredia is the other guy that could probably put down a sub 104. Spin and win also. That's last night's winner.
We cannot kick Paul Walker Super. That's his AI.
What is spin and win gonna get here? Doesn't invalidate. What we got?
Spinning one just got up to 104, I think. 104.077.
Yeah, not bad. A lot of pace from the D2 drivers.
Jackson has not actually won every race so far.
He
Now
not.
it finally decided to disqualify Paul Walker Super. After all this time, it's been, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, I don't know what the stewards were doing there, but obviously they were enjoying some of the local cuisine in Austria, which I don't know what they eat in Austria. I'm just going to assume some kind of lamb.
Austrian food.
Yeah, Austrian food.
I went on to Jackson Altman's point of view, and as he was pitting, he killed the outside wall. Good.
Rest in pieces. We will say a prayer. But he might be fine with that time. I mean, we still got some time here qualifying, but Jackson looking for another pole here in D1. Clay put down a good lap right there, I think. 104.047. No.
He's had that, I think.
Yeah, he's had that. You're right. He's coming around for another one, though, I think.
As I think our in-race reporter is having forced feedback issues at the moment. We, here in the booth, we love Logitech.
Yeah, we do.
Our favorite brand.
I went to unplug my wheel and accidentally disconnected the LAN cable. Whoops.
You have to be wondering if they're giving all of the good equipment at Red Bull to Jackson Altman because they see that Killer XL has done absolutely nothing this season.
Let's end the stream.
We do a little trolling.
Oh, Kenny, no!
What?
Kenny just hit the wall.
Oh my goodness. Kenny in shambles at the moment.
Ferrari loves qualifying, man. I think Lesopes is also DNF'd out of this thing. He decided to put a 104.9 down.
Off the final corner. That's a major front end damage. No front wing. Usually get those little things poking out on the side of the nose, but there's nothing there. Let's see what kind of lap he can roll with this, because he's got nothing but straight line speed. He is flying right now. Jim, Kenny's requesting a post-basketball report.
My feet are blistered and I'm really sweaty.
The ideal man. Blistered feet and very sweaty.
There you go, buddy. I got you.
Now we gotta think, does Porgy just set a lap for the memes with this no front wing? Because he's really pushing here.
Try it.
I'd say why not?
No, that thing ain't turning.
That was me all last night. Just wouldn't turn right there. He
looks like he's on a wet racetrack right now.
Yeah, indeed. We're gonna see what this kick Alfa Romeo will have. I feel we might have another Jack situation. He might try to pit, and he might just not turn. Nope, he took a nice just though. Elite precision here, coming through the middle of the course. Set a 104.6 earlier on in qualifying, but we'll see if he can improve on that, as there's a Mercedes turned all the way around there. It was Freedom Flyer.
He turned around, or is he just letting that
He
guy
was
go?
spun around.
Oh.
Only 4 minutes left here, just about in qualifying. Coming around the final turn with the DRS turned on. No improvement for elite precision. Mike G, on the other hand, started his lap. Coming through turn on 2. Coming to the DRS zone is about 50 meters now. Come on.
A little bit loose out, turn 2 right there. Able to gather it back up, but that is going to be some time lost.
Yeah, that might hurt a little bit, but I think the thing about that is that you could get a little bit more rotation through it. Mike G's coming around the middle section.
you gotta be really careful about putting your left sides on those. That's a sausage curve, and it will just spin you right around.
Yeah.
I found that out the hard way. Multiple times.
I didn't hit the curb, but I may or may not have pressed the ERS button just a little bit too early, which sent me around last night. It's Mike G.
What we got?
No improvement. 10th off.
Nothing. Yeah.
Freedom Flyer. Any improvement here? Up a little bit. Down 2/10. I know 105.1.
Can Kenny put down a qualifying lap?
That is the
best
question.
rivalry in the Hennessy Performance Racing League at the moment is Kenny versus qualifying.
Are we sure it's not Ferrari versus DNFing in the race?
No, we've finished some races.
True. As I think Kenny has already invalidated this lap, so
we're gonna want to go with Clay right here. P3. He's gonna go on a hot lap right now.
Let's ride on board with Clay here. TV pod, come on. We'll hide the UI here.
A very big bright spot for AlphaTauri.
Crank it up.
Gary's the other driver for AlphaTauri this week, so how about that? So, a lot of talent right there. A lot of chance for points.
This Clay is slowing down.
Yeah. Guess he didn't feel it down that lap.
During our whole crank it up session and everything. Spin and win.
Oh!
103.7 tops the charts. That might be our pole.
Come on, Alpha
Got a
Romeo.
minute 20 left.
It's gonna be the first time Jackson hasn't won a pole in 3 weeks.
True, he's been dominant when it comes down to qualifying and during the races. Mr. Hex with a save, still saving the car. Doesn't wreck it, invalidates the lap though, unfortunately. Is there anyone on a flying lap at the moment? Super Ninjas. Kenny LaFleur. They're both on their flying laps. Kenny, will he set a qualifying? Yep, he's invalidated again. Alright, back to Super Ninjas.
Pain.
It's just getting to the point where at least you just gotta ride around the course. Not pushing super hard at that point.
Kenny's going for a lap here.
Now here we go. Spin and Win and Killer XL have both retired from the session.
Ooh, Clay got a sausage curve on the left
Joker
side.
as well.
Little bit of time lost there, but we're gonna see if he can improve. No, he's gonna back out of it.
Who?
Clay. He was on a hot lap, and then he decided, nope.
I'm mainly just watching Super Ninjas here, see if he improves at all. Looks like he will. He does not. Oh, he does, a little bit.
One spot.
Oh, a whole 5/10. As Kenny, middle section here. The real question, will he set a lap?
Can he put a lap down? The fans are standing up over here on the west side. I don't know if that's the west side.
We see a sea of red in the grandstands. Oh, bit of a moment there. He comes around and sets a 104.9. Wow. Still out qualifies Masopes. 20 minutes of frustration. 20 minutes of trying. Kenny LaFleur finally sets a qualifying lap.
Well, no, he didn't set a qualifying lap last week either. He wrecked.
True. It was a quick wreck too, wasn't it? Alright, Jim, why don't you take us through our top 10 here?
Sure. So a little change of scenery at the top of the board. Spin and Win. And the Alfa Romeo is going to be your pole sitter, Jackson Altman, P2. The Aston Martin of Heredia, P3. Clay, 4th. Joker, 5th. Tiger, 6th. Porchy, 7th. Mr. Hex, 8th. Gary, 9th. And Elite Precision, 10th. Going through the rest of your field, 11th, Evans. 12th, Kenny. 13th, Riley. 14th, Mike. And I gotta scroll quick. 15th, Masoap. 16th, Super Ninjas in his debut. Freedom Flyer 17th. Darludo in the Alpine 18th. Killer did not put a lap down 19th. And, of course, Paul Walker Supra is at the very tail end with that DSQ. So here we go, Dylan. It's race time.
We have
here in
a
Austria.
formation lap, I believe. Formation lap has been fixed.
We do. Thank goodness. And there are red flags. Found that out last
Yes. That was due to the ghosting being turned off.
night. That was very... we talk about this track having resemblances to a super speedway
That was a
in
very
NASCAR.
super
And that was definitely the
speedway
big one yesterday. It took out 5 cars.
Yeah, it did. And I went right through the middle of it.
Without hitting the brakes.
Without
You
hitting the
completely
brakes.
braked it, and you went through there like a...
Like a champ. I didn't gain any spots because it was a yellow flag already, but I would have gained a couple spots there.
We'll see here shortly if any of these other drivers are going to have to face any adversity in the first couple laps. It is going to be hectic. This track is known for DRS trains and known for very tight racing at the very beginning. So this is going to be... I think this is going to be a hectic one, probably the most hectic of the season.
Yeah, Jackson Ullman is not on the pole tonight, but he is starting from the outside pole, so we're going to see what kind of jump he gets. As let me check what kind of tires these guys are all starting on for us. So the top 7 all starting on the mediums, 9th, 10th starting on the hards, 10th, 11th mediums, 12th hards, 13th through 18th mediums, 19th the Red Bull Killer XL on the soft compound, and Paul Walker Super on the hards. So we're going to see how this all turns out. We're going to see if everyone is connected here, as it seems so. Yep. Some drivers, as we can see here, possible race strategies, laps 17 through 23, mediums to hards, and I couldn't read the second one.
They don't want you to read the second one.
They don't want me to read the second one. Amazon is the lead strategist of F1, it seems. Powered by Amazon. I think it's
I don't
AWS.
think we can say that because we're not actually sponsored by Amazon.
I never said we were.
We're sponsored by the Oakland A's.
The Oakland Athletics, come on!
Kidding, by the way.
Not
Oakland,
kidding.
If you're watching,
Oakland sponsor
we are not
us.
sponsored by you.
The whole.
We're also not sponsored by Hennessy Performance. That is a
Nope.
misnomer.
We are a racing league.
Racing League.
We're gonna see everybody set there. Get set in the grid positions as Clay the Monkey straight up drives through Jackson Altman. What a goober.
Interesting. I gotta say, they've really got to fix this camera. I do not want to be 3 miles from the racetrack looking at the
I like
start.
this camera looking at the formation lap. I think we'll get a better one when we actually get the 5 red lights. I hope.
Yep. It's gonna be here in a second. Take
I
it
hope.
away, buddy.
We're gonna start off in the TV pod of Spin and Win because the broadcast angle sucks. 5 red lights. And away we go here in Austria as Spin and Win gets an okay start here. Immediately cuts down in front of the Red Bull of Jackson Allman. We're going to go back to the broadcast point of view. Is Jackson Allman already under fire by Heredia God? Heredia takes that second position away. His Joker is right there behind Heredia as well. Might take this position also away from Jackson, but Jackson's on the inside preferred lane. Want to get the apex of the corner, but he does not get that. Oh, this is a big contact in the middle of the field. Stacks up everybody behind.
Any wings, no wings. There are 4
Elite
wide back
precision.
Here. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Freedom Flyers out of the race already. You hate to see it for that Mercedes driver. It's elite precision with no front wing. We are already under a VSC.
I don't even know what happened. There were 4 wide back there, and someone just didn't give space.
A couple of cars with no front wing.
Them off.
Walker Super got through that. Elite precision with no wing. Garrison without a wing as well. I think everything is looking good. Fortunately, Elite Precision already has a 3-second penalty. I don't know how we got one so soon.
The big loser out of that one, though. Freedom Flyer, yet another DNF. Just can't catch break.
You got to think, because Baseball Kid's not here this week, so Freedom Flyer came on in, said he'll race.
Yeah, but even in D2, he hasn't been able to catch a break, I swear. This
No.
guy is snake bitten.
As we're under a full safety car. Full safety car.
Well, it's not a red flag. So
No.
it wasn't 5 cars DNF'd,
It's a
but
very exciting start there. Let's go check on spots gained, actually. Position changes. So as you can see, you're already gained 1, Sugar gained 2, Jackson losing 2, Clay losing 1. The biggest mover is Super Ninja's up 7 spots already. Rally up 5, Misopes up 5.
9th.
Killer and Paul Walker Super also up 5 each. Hex down 8. Garrison, Elite Precision both down 9.
Yeah, Elite Precision, not the start he wanted. The one I was most impressed with on that start, though, at the front was Joker. I felt like he had a really good launch.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need, like, if you don't get a good launch, yes, it's bad because you lose track position, but you would be right in that cluster of cars that wrecked. So that's why getting a start is so crucial in Formula 1. If you don't get a good start, you're probably just going to get caught up in the big one.
Yeah, it's pretty dangerous here in F1 to have a start like that. These cars are just so fragile that it's very easy to gain or lose spots. Take the easy part when gaining with a grain of salt, because to make it easy, they're gonna have to pull over for you. It's not very easy to even pass here as well. It's a very high-speed track. You gotta really make some desperate moves here and there to gain anything. As we see a couple drivers already going to new tires here. Let's check it out. Tire. So yeah, Darluda going to the 0-lap hards. A couple drivers just fixing their wings. So I would think we're going green this lap, because maybe this or next, because everybody's already about together. There's a very quick safety car. Yep, safety car in this lap. Still have 19 of 20 cars left here in this race.
I've reached out to Freedom Flyer, trying to figure out what happened there. So we might be getting an interview here, well, through my voice, but his DM. But we do have safety car coming in this lap, so that will have to wait.
Spin and win. Coming on the short chute to the final turn. Take the green flag once again. It's weird to see some cars making some moves here. This camera view, I'd like something different, please. Thank you. As we already see the AlphaTauri of Clay trying to get by Jackson Altman, doesn't get that move done. As there we go. Mr. Hex with a 3-second time penalty already as well. Both McLarens with a 3-second. We're just trying to get around the outside of Tiger, but won't be able to get that move done. Riley will have to let him back in. Super Ninja's going around the outside. So we're going to see how this stacks up. I think he's going to give that position back to Riley as well. I'm not going to fight him for it. Very close there for Riley and Porchy.
And Killer contact. Very minimal. No damage to either vehicle, but they did make contact. And
Walker Super is very eager to get by him. We're going to see if he can. Looked like contact. I don't know if there was or not. Was there?
Again, they make contact, no damage.
Formula 1 giveth, but Formula 1 also taketh away when it comes down to getting wing damage. So those little light taps, there's a good chance you'll keep that wing, but
I caught up with Dawson. He says, I don't know. All I know is I was minding my business and I got cut off and it broke my front left wheel. That's kind of what we saw. I guess we'll have to look back in incident report and see what happened there. But
yeah,
tough break for Freedom.
Spalker, Super 10-second time penalty.
Wow. He has no front wing
And
either.
no front wing.
Or no,
Oh,
that's
no, he
Darludo.
does.
Darludo doesn't have a front wing.
Is that just the plate? Oh, wow.
Yeah, that
I
whole
think
front wing is gone.
that'll probably get appealed because he's probably trying to let these drivers by. But we're going to see what that does after this race. We're going to see what happens.
Battle right here for 5th and 6th, 4th. Joker, Clay, and Tiger all under a blanket.
Spinning one just improves that fastest lap time here. DRS
Can
is also
confirm
been
that
enabled.
Paul Walker missed the entire corner and killed Darludo, and that's why he has 10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Wow. And Darludo with a lot of damage. He is pitting. Tough miscues to start this race off. We've seen that a couple times in D1.
Yeah.
About survival at the beginning, it seems to him.
Yeah, it's what really matters is surviving through the beginning of the races, because they can be very hectic here. But as we saw, we saw a giant chunk and then a dead Mercedes. So you gotta really watch out for that kind of stuff.
They're still going at it for 14th and 15th back here. This is interesting.
Both of these cars are on same lap hard, so they're on like the same strategy at this point. As Garrison's going to try and go around the inside. Might not get that move done. Won't get the preferred lane exiting. Hex will keep that position. But Hex does have that penalty. All they have to do is finish within 3 seconds toward the end of this race. We still have 29 laps to go, but you want to keep that in mind while you're going through.
Little teammate play there between the Ferrari. Masopes, realizing Kenny was faster, went ahead and got out of the way. Multi-map 1-2.
Yep, whatever that means. Masopes really said there's no I in team there. It's Kenny gets a bit loose as well. Keeps it straight.
Battle for 4th is still on. Tiger, Joker, Clay. They're all in that DRS train. I don't know. Well, actually, yeah, they would be in the DRS train behind them, too, because there's 3 of them there. So a couple DRS trains being formed.
Riley with a 3-second penalty here. Might have been around the last corner or right before.
Oh, Super Ninjas is hitting pit road, but he cut the grass. He must have gotten damaged very late.
I don't
He
know.
did make pit road, no damage. Additional damage, trying to get down the pit lane like we saw with Jackson in qualifying.
It's Ferretti and Spinning here, battling for the lead. Very close, almost some contact made, but Heretti's going to dive down the inside here in turn 3. Might make a little contact, might not give that room that he needs to give for Spinning. Takes the lead for the time being. We're going to see if Spinning has anything to offer. As Paul Super runs a 106.3 to steal that fastest lap with his 10-second penalty.
Yeah, good move from Heredia right there. Didn't make any contact, got close, but no
Mike
contact
G,
made.
3 second. I think the main, we're going to see a lot of penalties tonight, I believe.
You
We've
have
already
to
seen a
use
bunch.
track limits here. You have to.
And the moment you go a little bit too far off, you're going to get a warning. 3
Centimeters.
warnings. Yeah. They're very strict when it comes down to track limits here in F1.
They're still
That's
going
been a
back
one.
and forth for the lead.
These 3, you could throw them all under a blanket here. He's going to come out with the lead, though. Spinning just didn't get that exit he needed going into turn 3. Jackson Allman going down the inside. I think Spinning kind of let him by there.
no!
Spinning goes into the back of Jackson Altman.
Oh no, spin and win. He's going to have to pit.
Yeah, that front wing damage is not going to be very good. He won't be able to cut through the air as well.
Yeah, that right end plate is gone on the Alfa Romeo. Gonna have to hit pit road this time.
Yeah, he's going to have to pit here. I don't know whether he ran into the back of Jackson or if Jackson tried to clear himself.
No, he misjudged it.
Misjudged it.
Yeah, just went in there too hot.
So didn't look him down
Which,
pit
you
lane.
know, honestly, maybe it wasn't too hot for him because he was out front for a while. Once he starts getting back there with other guys, he has to change his braking zone.
Yeah.
He can't brake where he was braking when he was leading because he had no one in front of him. He has to start gauging himself off of other cars. That could have easily been what happened right there between the Red Bull and the Alfa Romeo.
Indeed. I don't know if we'll see any fireworks in the chat about that. Nothing said in there quite yet. I don't think anything will be. But I wonder if Jackson got rear damage from that. I don't think so, but as Freedom Flyer has unfortunately left the session after DNFing.
I think Spin and Win did a pretty good job of swerving off the racetrack.
Yeah, minimize the
not
damage
to hit him. Yeah, so he didn't take off the whole front wing. He only took off the right end plate. But more importantly for Jackson, I think that only got his tire. So I don't think there's any damage to the.
Because from what we can see there's a lot of runoff space on the outside in turn 3. So he's got a lot of room to the left side to try and get around Jackson to not hit him, but maybe not enough room or just misjudged it both braking wise and trying to get to the left of him to try and not cause anything else. But thankfully not straight into the back of him, which would have probably have sent Jackson in already, God. And then might have been a 3-car pileup out of 3. But thankfully for both these drivers, he did not.
Mike G is under attack from a pair of McLarens behind him. He's trying to defend. He's trying to stay in this DRS train, but those McLarens look pretty strong. They're going to try maneuvering around him as a team.
If we look at it here, Mike G is on those 10-lap mediums, while the lead position is also on the 9-lap mediums. But I mean, that's 1 lap difference, so it won't really matter that much. But Mr. Hex on the 9-lap hard, so he could just go further.
Mike twitched. Good job saving it, but he did go off into the gravel a little bit there. Might have dirtied up the tires.
With the guys on these softs, you got to really think, when are they going to pit? Because I think you can only go maybe 12, 13 to be safe. Well, you don't want to go too far and lose much time.
Especially for Killer. He's on 11-lap old softs. That thing has to be grimy.
Yeah. So Mr. Hex trying to get by Mike G here, as he does through 2. Oh, Mike G must have gotten a terrible exit. Lead position goes around him as well. Killer might be able to capitalize here shortly. But these softs, man, they gotta be hurting. But going up to P4 and 5, Clay is only a 10th behind, about 2 tenths behind Joker here. Just gotta keep those right sides within the white lines as they go off into the front stretch. See if Clay makes any sort of move into 1 here. I don't think he will. I think you got to play it patient for a little bit. You just got to run these laps down.
Yeah, it's a long race. 36 laps. Yeah. We're not even halfway yet.
And going back,
don't need to do anything too crazy.
And going back to how people believe this is like a super speedway in NASCAR, when it comes down to that, you just want to take laps off. You don't want to wreck too many race cars. You don't want to do anything you don't have to do and move to disparity.
How about this DRS train from 9th to, is this? Yeah, 9th to 14th DRS train.
It's a good amount, but it may be a DRS train, but there are people fighting as these whole 8th through 10th all got loose there, exiting that corner.
Oh, contact! The Ferrari into the back of the AlphaTauri doesn't shove him off. AlphaTauri able to stay on the racetrack. Garrison up to 9th, but a little bit of a moment there. Him and Kenny.
You got to think though, with the AlphaTauris of Clay and Garrison, and Electric Days as the team owner, Garrison's putting up good results for D1. You got to think, does he get promoted? He's currently running 9th.
Well, yeah, but he's also the leader in
He
points
is.
for D2. Why would you sacrifice almost a guaranteed championship if you can just
I mean, you're not
do what you
wrong,
do best?
but if it
Why would
does
you go to
somehow
D1?
sink through the cracks and Electric Days just can't get... Because since he is not here right now, he's usually pretty good here too. But if he just can't find a rhythm and Garrison's just outperforming him, you got to do things for the team. Because let's be real, a D2 championship is not equal to a D1 championship when it comes down to constructors.
Yeah, but
D1
Gary
is
has
the
no
top half.
chance. Oh,
Well, he can still help with constructors. I don't mean drivers, but constructors championship. Granted, Red Bull is leading by quite a bit now, but AlphaTauri can make some gains here. But
that's true. They could. But I just don't think you sacrifice a championship for that.
no,
Like you're almost guaranteed. Garrison is very well up there in points, and unless something drastic happens in a couple races and he has a couple crashes, I don't see him relinquishing that.
so the Red Bull of Killer decides to pit here on these 13 lap stops. We're going to see what he goes for. I believe you have to go for the hards, and I'm wrong. This is why I don't know F1.
Yeah, okay, he did go for medium.
Went for the mediums.
I mean, you look at how far these guys have been able to run their mediums with good pace.
I mean, yeah, but you got to run them 21 laps.
Yeah, I think these guys are going to be able to do that, though.
They should be able to, but to play it safe, I wouldn't.
Okay, past.
You got to be careful on the throttle when it comes down to that kind of stuff.
Got Ferrari, McLaren right here from 8th to 11th. Everyone minding their P's and Q's. Tiger's under attack from Clay just a little bit here. And it also looks like battle for the lead might be shaping up here, Dylan.
Yeah, I think the mindset with Clay is that he kind of wants to break up these Aston Martins. But they're almost 4 seconds away, but Heredia's going to go for the move here, and on turn 2, he will get it done.
Oh, too far. Too deep.
It's off a little bit there. Nothing much for a warning,
back.
but Jackson is retaking the lead.
Yeah, these guys battle enough that might allow these other guys. That's a late dive, and Heredia knew it. He backed out of it.
It's too early for that man.
I don't think he tried to. I think it was going to be one of those instances. If he stayed behind Jackson there, he's afraid he was going to spin and win him. He's going to hit him right in the back.
Yeah. As we might see Paul Walker Super get lapped here.
Big shout out to Porchi right now, running 6th, having himself a good run.
Battle here for 9th.
Don't want to jinx it, but so far so good.
I think Masop's just lost 2 spots there from 9th down to 11th.
He's coming.
Loses another. Okay, that makes sense.
And got down to speed.
Mike G under fire from spinning one here. Uh-oh, hold on.
Evids with a 3-second time penalty. They're just racking up across the field, but the leaders still haven't gotten one. Jackson, Heredia, Clay, Tiger, Joker, Kenny, all these guys have not gotten time penalties yet. And that's pretty impressive. We'll have to see if they keep it that way.
Yeah. It's going to be very important for finishing results because look at how many drivers already have penalties. That's 8 drivers already with at least a 3. I want to take a look at that real quick, actually. Yeah.
Yep, here comes Jackson. Jackson to pit lane. He's going to get down to 50 miles per hour. No penalty for him there. And he's going to go ahead and probably put on the hards.
Hards are mediums, but since he was just on the mediums, he will need to do the 2 compounds. Split it halfway.
Yeah, still have to do the compound change, a lot of these guys. So I think that's their strategy. Heredia, Clay, Tiger, Porchi, all these guys on the mediums, they are going to be switching over to the hards very soon here.
We see a couple more drivers are getting a 30-second penalty. That makes still 8, 9. 9 drivers with second penalties. So we I can roll through them real quick. I believe we have Mr. Hex with 6, Elite Precision with 3, Spin the Wind with 3, Killer with 3, Riley 3, Evid's 9, Masoap's 3, Mike G 3, and Paul Walker Super with 10 due to a major collision. As these two guys, Clay and Tiger, you gotta think, are they gonna battle before pitting here? Because I believe
Aston
both
Martin
these guys have to
stays out
come down,
again.
as they both do. You don't want to double
Brady
stack.
stays out.
As we see
Yeah,
Clay and
Tiger.
Tiger coming down the pit lane.
Yeah, double stack would have been bad there, so good job pointing that
Tiger would
out.
have
But
lost
Reddy
so
stayed
much
out.
time.
This is going to hurt him a little bit, I think.
It'll hurt him a little bit, but look at that room behind him. Look at that big gap. I don't. If it hurts him, it won't be hurting him too much.
I think
As
what's
we're
going to
unlucky.
help. What's going to help Jackson is he's going to have older hards later in the run. That actually does play into your wheelhouse a little bit if you have the hards. Those are better on a longer run.
Yeah, but I think what we see here is Portudude will probably come down this lap with Heredia, so he won't lose too much time. Heredia's got a whole like 15 almost second lead over third or fourth.
I think Porchy wants to stay out and get that bonus point.
Well, leading lap?
Yep.
I don't think that exists.
Does it not?
No.
I swear it does.
He can get his little 5 seconds of fame like I did last night, but
Well,
he's got more talent than me. Is Heredia with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane?
Oh, he sped. Denny Hamlin
Porchy comes
right down
around.
the pit road.
He's not pitting. He's spinning. This is going to put both alphas to 1 and 2.
Well, if you're Jackson, this is perfect. That's exactly what you wanted to happen.
Yeah.
You got no pressure now. If you can you gotta navigate the McLarens though, or the McLaren. Of
You get the
Mr. Hex.
McLaren of Mr. Hex spinning a win on the 10 lap hards.
Jackson
I think-
disposes of Mr. Hex. He's gonna go 2 for 1 here. Now he's gonna think better of
No,
it. No,
2 for 1.
Oh,
He had to-
gets the traction down.
Now, he didn't have to make that move yet, but in order, he wants to get as much time on Porchy before he pits.
That was big right there. That was expert driving from Jackson.
As I think we see Porchy pit here, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's due. But he's gonna lead that lap.
Because
so.
here's the thing, we saw Killer
Ooh.
go 12 or 13 laps on,
on softs.
softs, which Porchy can run. If he pits now, still on the softs, 16 laps is still a big amount. As I think that might be his game plan. I think he's going to stay out long enough to take the softs. Because I wouldn't run more laps on mediums than you would on hards, would you?
I mean, you could try it. any strategy is viable here, but
Yeah.
I mean,
He's got no penalty
I would
either.
go with the hards.
We'll see what happens here. But he's gone so long on these mediums. You would think if he was going to the hards, he would have 5 laps ago.
So he's going You think he's going medium to soft?
Yeah, I do think so. Because we
So-
had the safety car there.
Does Alfa Romeo really have anything to lose? They're not going to win the constructors. I think they know that.
I mean, you
now.
never know
They're
if
looking for a good finish or a win. This is-
anything can still happen.
This is
We are so
strategy
early in
they
the
gotta go.
season. We're halfway through the season.
as
Nobody's
here
really
comes
out of it yet.
Porchy.
So, Porchy goes around the inside. Porchy coming on pit lane
All
as
right,
well here.
Moment of truth.
What does he
What
take?
tire?
Am I the big dumb brain or am I the big, big smart brain?
I feel like at this point you almost have to take softs. You went
Those
too
are
far.
softs.
Yep, going with the softs.
As Mr. Hex going with mediums here. That Porchy with the softs. He's only got to run 14 laps on him. We saw
Yeah,
drivers
that's
do
not
that
bad.
already this race.
He's gonna have to really take care of him though. I mean,
Yeah.
put down good lap time, but do not overheat him and do not wear the good off of him.
No. I just think someone's got to get the fastest lap here. Because usually you don't get the fastest lap point unless you're within the top 10. I don't know if our rules are different than that.
Porchy is gonna cycle back out to around 11th, gets in front of Garrison, Yeah, we're going to have to see what his pace is. I think he's probably going to put down the fastest lap here, if I were to guess.
Yeah, he needs to do that next lap, of course, but I think we will. I do believe we'll see that. As I believe the fastest lap's a 106 set by. No, it's a 105.6, I believe, by
Was it
Paul Walker's
Walker?
Supra. Yeah, 106.3. As we'll see here. Just going back to intervals. These Astons are back together now with Clay and Joker not too far behind. Raleigh, we got a big gap between the 5th and 6th place car. We got a whole 10.5 seconds, and it's only going up. As Evids retires in pit lane.
Yeah, okay.
And the game is going to make his car come back on the track for some reason. Because that's what it does.
Yeah, Porchy's going to have to get past these Ferraris pretty quickly here. Tire advantage plus, I think he might have a little more pace than him anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he gets close. Oh, caution.
It's just
what?
Evids.
That's Evids?
It's because his car retired.
He came out and he's slow.
Yep. That won't bring out a safety car. But Porchy's got to be getting frustrated already with the Ferrari Masopes. Just holding him up.
Yeah, he got to go.
Not close enough to make a move there. Or there. He'll get it in the 1, I think.
ERS right here, and I think he's going to get him.
Both DRS and ERS. Yep. Easily makes that move. Gets it done. Porchy with a 3-second time penalty, though. Multiple warnings.
And a bump draft from the Soaps.
Yeah. Very dangerous.
Yeah, not a good idea in a Formula 1 car.
Walker Super with another time penalty as well. What is his plan?
Yeah, that one's going to really hurt Porchy. He did not need that.
No, he did not.
But to be fair, the gap is so big up there. I mean, you look at all these splits, they're pretty close, but then you see right there in the middle with Riley, 11.69. That means like he's 11 seconds up the road, so Jackson's probably somewhere around 14 seconds up the road. That's a lot of time to make.
Yeah, something like that. That is a good amount of time, and then that 3-second time penalty too. So he's got to get 21 seconds total from this point on. He's got to gain 21 on Jackson. Just go with a 5, speeding the pit lane. Mr. Hex with a 106.2 on the mediums.
On mediums. Not bad for him. I would imagine we're going to see some team play here soon between the Aston Martins. Garrison is kind of out of this race right now. I think he's going to have to give it up to Tiger.
Trying to make a move on Porchy. He does get it done, but they're side by side here. They're going into turn 3. As Garrison's just going to get on by. Probably the 3-second time penalty as well.
Yeah, if you're Aston Martin, if you're the manager over at Aston Martin, are you telling Heredia to get out of the way of Tiger? Because really, Heredia is virtually out of this thing with that 5-second penalty on pit lane.
If Tiger is faster, then yeah, but Tiger just has to finish within 5 seconds. It's still...
Or, hold on, do you think this is a strategy to DRS train up to them?
I mean, you gotta have Jackson. Tiger slingshot through, but...
Because they are making a ton of time. Look at that gap. It was 2 seconds just like 2 laps ago. Now it's 1.5. Jackson's getting ran down here.
When you look at it, Heredia's also got a little bit fresher hards than Jackson. It's only 2 laps, which wouldn't make too much of a difference. But he has gained quite a bit. But as I say that, he lost a 10th or so.
Don't count out Clay and Joker. They've been here the entire race in the top 5, and they are right in the gearbox.
Oh, Spinning went out and Garrison.
Oh, big
Holy,
wreck. Oh,
huge
no.
wreck
That's
here.
A safety car.
Safety car. Everybody is coming down pit lane. Everybody is getting softs.
Yeah, but
everyone.
The mediums just ran the fastest lap. So think about that for a second.
Well, the fastest lap was set by someone else on softs who is a reserve.
And then Hex put in the mediums, and I
Because the
mean,
mediums aren't slow. Softs can run a 103. We've seen it in
oh
qualifying.
yeah, they can, but after 10 laps, they aren't going to be running 103s. They're going to
They
be running
won't.
106s, 107s. The
That's
mediums are still going to be running 105s. So this is. Oh, what in the world is Hex doing? Okay, interesting. But yeah, this is going to open up for some strategy. As a lot of guys going to that soft compound, like you said.
everybody's coming down for the softs. If they don't come down for the softs, McLaren's gonna double stack here. See if they lose any time. But I don't think anyone's gonna stay out. New position just losing all those spots on pit lane because of that double stack. Yeah, everybody's coming down for
Yep,
green
everyone was
tires.
softs. I guess also to keep in mind is we're going to get back going with probably around 6-7 laps to go. And that's not
Yeah.
10. So
No.
it's also the move. Although, how about that? Frank going to the mediums. I think bro does not want to be here anymore. Joker. I don't know how this happened, but Joker is P2. Clay is P3, and the Aston Martins, because they had to double box, I assume, 4th and 5th. I can't make any sense of that, but they lost 2 positions. And that's huge for Joker. This is the highest he's been in the running order.
Yeah. But we have Jackson on softs. The dominant car of the season.
Wait, what?
How was
Riley's pitting. Yeah, okay. I didn't know what was happening there. Riley is not first. That's a glitch. He's going back.
yeah? What the heck?
Jackson's still your leader. Joker second.
Bumper
Clay third.
super. How do you get a time penalty under a safety car, man?
Gotta hit the pause button. The
Yeah.
pause button will never fail you. Ever. Remember how good of a start Joker got at the beginning of this race? Made up 2 spots and looked like he was going to put some pressure on for third. And before that big caution with Freedom Flyer. P2, he's going to have to time it perfectly to get a jump with Jackson. But if there's a guy up for the task, it's going to be Joker.
Oh, yeah. To be Joker or Clay, both of these guys are very quick. As we might go green this lap. Everyone's caught up.
They are.
Yep, safety car in this lap.
This is going to get good. Hopefully y'all stayed around because we're going to decide a winner here. Is it going to be Jackson, who has won pretty much more than half the races this season? Is Joker going to get his first win of the season? Clay, still looking for that first win. Heredia and Tiger. Aston Martin's been so strong, but nothing to show for it. We're going to get it going green here soon.
That safety car is booking it. Gosh. So we're coming around.
Can Porchi win this thing? He has that penalty. Anything's up. Anything could happen.
He's got to gain so much time as Jackson comes around final corner to start the rest of this race here. As he gets a huge jump on Joker, already almost a second ahead. This Joker's going to try and gain some of that time back here.
Everyone's single file coming up to turn 2.
Soaps with a 3-second. It's not going to help. We have 10 drivers with penalties. This is looking like Australia all over again.
Jackson, Joker, Clay, Heredia, Tiger, top 5, no penalties.
Yep. That's what they need.
Joker doing what he needs to do. He needs to stay in DRS. It doesn't open up this lap, but the next lap. He needs to stay in within a second of Jackson. Right now, 0.6 back.
Yeah. Whole top 5, man. 105 too. As
Yeah, they're gonna roll off here. You're gonna see some fast times.
as this game's audio still sucks for me. I'm sorry about that stream. Don't blame me. Blame the game. These engine sounds are straight static for me. Jim's voice is fine, but the game audio sucks. Sorry about
That's
that.
kind of you to say.
We love Jim's voice.
Yep. The voice of bad commentary in Hennessy Performance.
I wish this guy would read an audio book.
Oh,
Move here.
for
Ready
third.
going for move on Clay.
Very tight. It's going to be hard for Heredia to make that pass on the outside. He's going to have to back out of it.
Yeah, that's not a place you want to make that move. You got to think Joker's really hungry for a first win, but I'd be fine with the second.
It's
That's
the Ferrari.
Ferrari of Killer or of Kenny around. Excuse me.
Pain. Another caution. It's still Kenny.
DRS
Still
enabled.
doing burnouts.
It's looking like us.
Yeah, that's what I look like in the wet.
I think it's time to get D1 racing, Jim.
No thanks.
Both of us,
I'm
we'll get D1 racing.
I'm perfectly fine about it. DRS is going to be open up next lap, and Joker is there. He is 5/10. Oh yeah, it's this lap, so that's why. That's why he's getting there. So Joker did the first task. Now he's got to pass him. That's going to be the hard one.
Still a caution for Kenny. What are you doing, buddy? What is he cooking? He's good. First gonna get lapped. Evans just lapped the session.
Porchi with good defense on the outside, and Mr. Hex is going to be able to keep 6th. As he overshoots it a little bit, almost into the gravel.
Ooh.
Hex is going to take that back, and here comes Masopes. He's going to look for a pass on the outside. That is tight.
Very. This is definitely giving him flashbacks. I believe these two wrecked right here. Last season, Masopes gets pushed wide. Tries to come back down. Porchi does not let him back on the track.
Oh, this is
Tempers are going to flare. I'm going to see what Masopes tries to do. Darludo gains from that mistake. Darludo gets a terrible exit out of 1. This game's audio still sucks, as Masopes gets a little bump to Porchi there.
3/10, 2/10. Joker is there with just 5 laps to go. Well, 4.5.
There's a big battle here between the 6th through 9th drivers.
Man, this is going to come down to who gets DRS, I think. It really is.
I think it'll come down to whoever has the most DRS, honestly.
That's a good point, too. Yeah. Because I imagine Joker's been... To get in the DRS at the beginning, had to use a lot of it. But
yeah, he's at 16%. Jackson's using his to stay ahead.
He's at 16?
He was. He used it there.
Yeah,
the guy with the most on the track is,
I
think, Darludo or Elite Precision here. Masopes trying to make the move around the inside. Hits Porchi. Spins Porchi around. Masopes with front end damage. Gets around both of those drivers, though. Darludo out of the race. Gets turned. Gets turned by Mike G. They're both going to be out of the... Or maybe not Mike G, but Darludo's out of this race.
Is this the end of the race?
No.
Safety car.
I don't know. They are not going to be happy with each other after this race.
3 to go next time by.
This ain't even a VSC. This is a full safety car.
Yeah, can confirm the medium strategy did not work for Killer XL. He was 21 seconds back. So, yep, that's why Kenny is the lead strategist at Ferrari and not me.
As it was actually Riley. Darludo came down, cut across Riley's nose there. And, which caused that wreck.
Are we gonna get... So, can races end under caution?
Yeah, I think so.
If they can, that might be it.
In Abu Dhabi 2021, they had a one-lap shootout, so that was not even overtime, which is kind of lame.
That I could see. And look at the top two. They're in different positions than what that one-lap shootout was. Actually, no. After the...
We don't need to.
Yeah, no. Abu Dhabi, they were flipped. Mercedes was 1. Red Bull was 2. But could we get a little bit of drama here in Hennessy? D1 at Austria, race number 6. Joker looking for that first win. Just saying. He might be a little desperate.
I would be too. As we safety car already in this lap, we're gonna have a 2-lap shootout here.
2-lap shootout.
A green-white checker, come on, baby!
This is a quintessential green-white checker.
Green-white checkered flag. As Joker and Jackson, every car's got to have a ton of ERS. Here's Tiger with 100% battery. Mike G as well.
Only 1 lap of DRS, correct? We only get... No,
they still have 3 laps for DRS every time they restart.
Yeah, so
no DRS. As Joker's got 10% less battery just about.
Oh,
coming around the second on last corner as they're off. Jackson just gets that run. That start.
Much better start for the Mercedes.
Yeah, as they're snaking down the front stretch. I don't know, man. These softs are old.
Here. No DRS.
Yeah.
Still got ERS. Well, this is gonna be an old-fashioned brawl.
As Tiger and Heredia are might battle here, or might just sit P4 and 5 there. I think it's Acid's best interest to just hit 4th and 5th as Heredia goes for a move on Clay. Down the inside into turn 3. Will Heredia get this move done? As he might have the talent to. Clay still on this inside.
Not clear. Now he's clear.
He is clear now. Now Heredia just gonna push as hard as he can, trying to get to the 2nd place, and just hope Jackson makes a mistake here. As we're gonna come into the second to last turn, as there's an Alfa Romeo around. Porgy is around.
Oh, that's a heartbreaker.
Staticky audio.
But there are still a good 6 cars in contention for this thing. Jackson leading the way on the final lap.
It's really just the top 5 in my eyes. 6th place through 14th all have penalties. We're going to see here Porgy retires from the session here in the final turn. Jackson's got that 8/10 lead over Joker.
Yeah, he's just pulling away.
What kind of moves are we going to see here towards the end? Like there's Masopes gets off track in turn 1. It's just a race for, I think, 2nd at this point. I don't know if they'll be able to get to Jackson. He's got to make a big mistake. It's up to the 10-second corner cut penalty.
Yeah, this is looking to be a Red Bull win at the Red Bull Ring. I don't think anyone is going to have anything for Jackson here in the final.
No, as Jackson comes around the final corner to win his 4th race of the season, 4th in a row. Come around one final time. This race is over. As Red Bull here is going to do some donuts for his teammates since his teammate won't be able to. Killer XL.
Funny. Looks like it might rain.
Up and see you bye.
We did not have any rain in this race.
I don't know why I removed Jackson from the party when he's just going to decide to win this race as well. So, Jimmy, you can invite our top 3 real quick. Get it done early.
Yep.
So we got Jackson, Joker, and Heredia.
I should have him on call-up, right?
I'd hope so. I'd hope they'd be right there for you.
So it's Jackson, Heredia, and Joker. Always Joker. There we go. They've been invited. Fascinating race, though. I think it would have been a lot better if we didn't get that last safety car. Could have seen a real battle there at the end. But that safety car kind of took it away from us.
So already, we have our third place finisher joining us up here, the Heredia God. Another one. How we doing, man? How you feeling after that one?
I'm great.
Well, I'm glad to hear, man. Going through those last couple safety cars there, what was going through your mind on those restarts?
The first safety car was great. That 5-second penalty removal, which screwed me. I think I could have been P2 behind Jackson. I think I could have had a actual shot winning the race there. But yeah, just a mistake. I literally went 50 miles per hour, not 49, which I'm a retard for that. But yeah, but I screwed up my Super Bowl. On to next week.
Yeah, man, that was a good job coming back from those penalties and stuff like that. Jimmy, you have any questions for our third place finisher here?
No, I feel like I talk to you every week already. Yeah? Just good job staying on the podium, continuing to gain points for Aston Martin. Actually, I do have a question. Were you ever thinking it was going to rain this race? We really didn't get a good thought of if it was going to rain or not, but it didn't look like until the very end that there was going to be rain in the area.
I noticed the clouds, but I knew it wasn't gonna rain for the race. They said in qualifying it wasn't gonna rain. If it did, I was gonna be dead. But glad it didn't rain.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, again, good job staying on the podium, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, man, that was a great show in the night. So we're going to move along to our second place finisher of always Joker. How are you feeling after that one?
Okay, I guess.
I know. Them restarts, they killed you there. As you were going for a move there before that final safety car. What went through your mind after seeing that pop up on your screen?
Yeah, I'm just tired of it. Honestly, it happens every week where we go 2/3 of the race and then there's a 10-lap sprint on stall, so just annoying to deal with. Was gonna go for it, then the last safety car came out, so these idiots just keep wrecking each other.
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Well, Jimmy, you have any questions for our second place finisher of the night?
Good run tonight. This is not your first time on the podium this season, is it?
It is.
This is your first time, okay.
4 times.
So it was a pretty good. You were in the top 5 the entire time. I noticed that your starts. So the race start was phenomenal. You had a really good launch off there. The second restart, it looked like you were caught sleeping just a little bit, but that third restart, you were back on it. If it was 3 laps instead of 2, do you think you would have been able to make that pass on Jackson with the DRS?
I think I had a better chance of passing him before the last safety car restart. Then obviously the last 2 laps we were pushing, neither of us had ERS, so I don't think it would have mattered at that point. I didn't expect the pace that I did on the sauce. That's why I was thinking Clay was going to overtake me. But yeah, happy for second, but at the same time, I'm not here to finish second.
Yeah, bud. Well, again, congrats on podium. First one of the season. Hopefully that's a little momentum as you roll into your favorite driver's home track in Great Britain, Silverstone, coming up next week. So we'll see you there.
Yep.
And the great drive finishing the top 5 of the whole race. As we're going to move on along to our race winner, Jackson Altman. 4 in a row, man. That's pretty impressive. How do you feel after that one?
Pretty good. I was kind of worried after the second safety car. I thought I was trying my best to break 1 second from Joker, but it was just so tough, and he was able to hang on. And
Yeah.
so I was very relieved when the third safety car came out because there was no DRS.
Yeah, man, you both were on this soft compound. Same lap since we had that 10-lap shit-up basically start that whole mess. But yeah, going through those last couple safety cars, you kind of already answered it for me. But I was going to ask you how you felt about the last two that came out, the shootout and then the green-white checkered, basically. But, yeah, you already kind of answered that one if you want to go through that a little bit more. If not, it's whatever.
Yeah. Well, before the second safety car, Heredia had 2 lap fresher tires, and he was flying. He was making up a ton of speed, and I think it was the same 4 that finished, the other 4 that finished the top 5. They were behind him, so I was kind of happy that safety car came out. I felt like it gave me a better shot, especially with Heredia. He had the 5-second penalty, so I felt that he was probably the next fastest. He might have even been faster, but everyone was kind of equal. But those 5 seconds it knocked him down, and then he had to wait for tires. So I had Joker and Clay behind me, so I was happy I didn't have Heredia behind me. So that came out, so I was relieved about that. And then I was relieved when the final one came out, because I kind of knew if I didn't make any mistakes, which I don't normally do, I'd be fine.
It was a great drive tonight. You even won you even got the fastest lap of the race. Jim, anything for our race winner?
Phenomenal run once again. Didn't win the pole. I'm a little disappointed in you. What happened? How did you not dominate like you did the last 4 weeks in getting the pole and winning the race?
Alright, so I know people like to say, oh, I sweat a lot. I want to say I did 2 laps right before the race, but I haven't done any laps since like last Friday before that. So in the pit lane, I wasn't sure how fast you could go. So I went flat out, like going into the pit lane, and I just drove straight into the wall and wrecked out. So I only got one lap in. But P2
Are you okay?
bad.
That's the real question.
I don't know. I'm a little shaken up, but
Alright, well, you go see the medical tent and all that. And also, I don't know if you remember this, you just earned Dylan a trip to Wendy's.
Oh my God, I
4
forgot
for
about
4
that.
meal.
I do remember that.
Yeah, you did it.
Forgot about that
So
one.
that's something Dylan's gonna have to do tonight. So it sounds like 2 people are gonna be celebrating.
My excuse
But,
for being
again, good
fat,
job.
Frank said. But, genuinely forgot about that one. I'm gonna have to make that up at some other point. But it will happen. I want to thank everybody who joined us up in the booth tonight. Thank you to Jackson, Joker, and Heredia, our 3 podium finishers as well. Next week is Silverstone. We got the U2 and D1 going there next week, next Wednesday and Thursday. I unfortunately might not make either race, but I want to thank everybody for coming out, watching the stream, supporting us through the way. I'm Ballstick, joined by my co-host Big Jim and our in-race reporter Killer XL. And on behalf of the Hennessy Performance Racing League, I want to wish everybody a great night, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, that killer guy stinks.